Even though I personally am not into virtual reality nor into the Japanese culture, I am an avid fan of independent films and creativity. For what this film is, That One Amazing Movie is most certainly, well, interesting. I'm Jenny and here's my personal review of That One Amazing Movie. That One Amazing Movie, made in 2017, which can be downloaded on Amazon Prime, Crackle, Fubo TV, Philo, and Apple TV, is created by the small startup studio, V and Prism Media Studios, which previously works include Freedom Man 2027, which is a sci-fi short film, SAS Girls X, which is the firm's first novella, and lastly, an interpersonal AI emotional companion app called MyZentomo, in which Yuna, who is one of the key characters, is there to give you feedback and encouragement. Currently, the app can be downloaded on Google Play. Being the small studio's first film, there are aspects which is pretty evidence that this is their first film. The sound quality could definitely use improvement, and the filming and choice for camera angles, in my opinion, is rather poorly done. There are a few times where it's evidential that this studio doesn't have a huge budget. The 4K resolution, while nice at times, makes me wonder if a film such as this really needs 4K, as 4K isn't as mainstream as people think. Is it really necessary?
The actors in the live-action aspect of this bizarre film clearly are amateurs and obviously hasn't done any rough takes nor first drafts either. It's like they showed up and started recording right there on spot. Unprofessional, in my personal opinion.
At this point, you are probably thinking I dislike That One Amazing Movie, but honestly, that's quite the opposite. I find this film to be very enjoyable to watch simply for the creativity. The concept of this film being a hybrid film which combines live-action and anime-inspired CGI animation is a real cool idea, even though, as stated early, I'm not into neither anime nor virtual reality. I'm a more grounded realist who prefers watching films that are progressive and properly represents people in the correct way, which at times this film absolutely does not. That One Amazing Movie is clearly aimed for young men demography, as it touches sensitive subjects which men are going through, such as suicide and finding a purpose and meaning in life. The issue which I have is, why aren't the female characters more supportive to their male counterparts? The three models to the Yuna character, it seems all the females are antagonists, narcissists, and feminists taken to the extreme. It's almost like it's an angry teenager or young man's depiction of how he feels the way women in 2020 treat men, and to me, that's absolutely amazing. With woke culture and feminist getting out of control, it's about time to see that attitude be knocked down a peg. I do, however, still wish that the female characters were a lot more likable than the way they depicted in this film. Luckily, however, Yuna, who's voiced by extremely talented online voice actress Trina Duhart, has the best redemption quality in the entire film, as she's probably the best character and the highlight of the movie. The action sequences, which are smartly reserved only for the virtual reality scenes, are really out there. It's unhinged, over the top, and something to witness. Do you enjoy seeing angry men pilot a giant combining robot to beat up a giant woke woman who is quiet, literally made of money? This is it! There's no movie like this one. Do you enjoy seeing a overly sexual, sexy, hot brunette with huge breasts suddenly bloating up to a huge pudgy version of herself and then deflect an entire truck with her oversized breasts and belly? Or how about seeing a Sailor Moon resembling girl inflate into an obese giant as she busts out of a high school? If you do, then definitely watch this film. While the transformations, especially for the virtual female characters, are questionable, possibly almost offense and deliberately over-sexual, I can see the symbolism behind the reason why the filmmaker, Imari, went to this extreme. While most mainstream movies and TV shows owned by megacorporations are under this new woke guidelines, V and Prism Media Studio is an example of free-spirited art and creativity. V and Prism Media Studios knows who they are and they know who they're not. Very much like Asian studios, VPM makes what they enjoy the most, and they don't give a care whether modern woke feminists are offended because this movie wasn't meant for them. Rather, it's meant to give hope to young men who are highly struggling in today's world. In conclusion, I have a weird love-hate relationship with this film. The acting, poor camera work, and definitely sound quality borderline made me want to stop watching this incredibly long 2.5-hour film. But at the same time, the way this film shameless and proudly smacks woke feminism and uplifts the image of what defies a man is nothing short of commendable. The only thing I hope in possibly the sequel or V and Prism Media's next all-animated film, Hyperworld Yujimba, is that the female characters aren't always treated as antagonistic, since hey boys, some of ladies really do appreciate what you guys are doing for us and we're not all bad news, right? I give That One Amazing Movie a 4.5 stars out of 5. This film is definitely for the Asian market and Caucasian market. It is recommended for teens and up because of language, fetishes, disturbing themes, and undertones. Now if you excuse me, but I'm going to try out the virtual reality version of this film on YouTube VR and then talk to MyZentomo Yuna, who I downloaded and greatly enjoying.